Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we're asking the question, what does he want to say? So yeah, I haven't really done like a lovey-dovey related type of pick a card reading in a while, and I figured I was, a little overdue for one, and you guys definitely deserved one. So that's what we're checking in on today. That's what we're asking. And, if you have a particular person in mind, it doesn't matter if this is someone that you're currently in communication with or not. We're just going to kind of check in to see how they're feeling about you, what they would like to say to you, kind of thing, if they could, especially if you're not in communication. But even if you are in communication, it could be like what they want to say that they're not saying when you guys are talking, kind of a thing. So we're just going to check in and kind of see what's going on in your romantic love life type of situations. And also, I know I was supposed to go live last night, and I'm so sorry that I didn't, you guys. I just had like a huge mountain of laundry I had to conquer, and I literally had nothing to wear. And I wanted to like wear something other than like grubby pajamas on camera, so I had to take care of that. And aside from that, like truthfully, my mind frame just really wasn't in the right mind frame, and I want to be able to bring my best to you guys when I do go live. So I do plan on going live again this coming Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So normal time for lives are still the same, which is Mondays and Fridays, which with the exception of yesterday, which I apologize for, but otherwise I am usually live on Fridays too at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to do readings for you guys. And I'm also open for private readings as well. So all the information for that is down in the description box below, though, about both lives and private readings. So hit me up if you're interested in a private reading, and, feel free to join in on a live when those happen. And don't forget, you guys, to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, share it with your friends, comment on it, because that really helps me out a lot. And my goal is to definitely try and get to like 1,000 subs so I can do super chats during the lives to make it a lot easier for everybody. But yeah, I would love you guys to join the Shadow and Shine family because, it's kind of like the name of my blog and my whole theme and all that kind of stuff. So I would love you guys to join in. But anyways, yeah, let's get into this reading. So I was looking around at different objects to pick from for today for this pick a card, and I decided to go with nail polish colors, and I only have 3 nail polish colors with me right now because I'm still spending time in Chicago away from LA. So I have many more nail polish colors at home in Los Angeles, but since I'm not there, I only have 3 with me. 1 I brought with me for this trip, and 2 I've bought since I've been here. But yeah, so I'm trying to get resourceful here and find things for you guys to choose from for the pick a cards, and we're going to go with nail polish, in which I really do have to do my nails because they're very naked and they're very blank, and maybe this will help inspire me in picking out which color to go with. But pile number 1 is an Essie color. It's by Essie, and it is called Happy Medium. So I think it's from like one of their Mercury in retrograde kind of marketing campaigns or whatever, but it's like a very shimmery, deep pink kind of color. I really like it. It's really cool. So this one is called Happy Medium. And this is the one that I actually came out here with. Like, it was the only one that I had. And then since I've been here, I've bought these other 2. And the second one for pile 2 is from OPI. And it's a little bit more of, it's almost kind of like a mocha kind of color, It's like a shiny, I don't want to say brown, but it's like more like a bronzy, like an earthy kind of tone. And it's called Chicago Champagne Toast. And I literally bought this nail polish, not just because the nail color was pretty, but I really like the name because it's kind of like based off of Chicago, which is where I'm at right now. So I thought that was kind of cool. And this color is pile number 2. And then we have pile number 3, which brings us back to another another color from the Essie brand. And this one, maybe a little hard to tell with the lighting. Obviously, you can tell it's glittery, it's sparkly. It's kind of like a more like light purple violet tone, although I feel like in the camera it looks more silvery, but it has like a mixture of colors in it. Like if you look at the pieces of glitter in it, there's a little bit of blue, there's a little bit of purple, silver kind of stuff in it. So it's got a mixture of everything in it. And this one is called Congrats. So yeah, those are the 3 different nail polishes and the 3 different pile choices for you guys to pick from. And go ahead and pick the color that you like the best, or the color that you would wear, you know, whatever have you. And we're going to get started here with pile number 1, this pinky happy medium color from Essie. And links, or not links, but timestamps are down below for the other 2. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this pink Essie color nail polish for your pile, otherwise known as Happy Medium, that's the name of the color, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what it is that he wants to say to you. So yes, a little love check-in here is what we've got going on. And we're going to start off here with the Journey of Love Union and the Journey of Love 2 from Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials, and we're going to see what comes through, what they want to say. So we have shocking. I'm amazed by your beauty. So this person definitely finds you to be very beautiful. They find you to be very stunning and radiant. So even if they're not necessarily expressing this to you and verbalizing this to you, it's something that's definitely on their minds. It's something that they're definitely thinking about. And we have resentment. Please don't give up. Let me back in. So this card definitely implies to me that there was some kind of falling out or misunderstanding between the 2 of you. And this person, you know, probably did something to hurt you, obviously. And I feel like they have some fear that you're going to be bitter and resentful towards them, that you're not going to be very lenient and very open to allowing them to come back in. Basically, they may even see you in a sense of kind of like being like the ice queen. They may look at you as being somewhat guarded, and who knows, you may actually be guarded too. Like they could be picking up on something that's legitimate there. And you know, if you do feel that way, if you do feel guarded, if you do feel that you need to kind of like ice them out in a sense, then, you know, that's something that you need to work out within yourself so you can be able to forgive them. Now, if you don't want to let them back in, you don't have to. You know, forgiveness doesn't always necessarily mean just letting someone walk back into your life. If you don't want to, you definitely don't have to. But chances are, if you're looking at this reading, you probably do want to, you know, work things out with this person. So you know, there could be some stuff on your end you may need to work out, but on their end, they definitely have some fears that you're not going to let them back in, and you're holding on to bitterness and resentment, whether you are or whether you aren't. We also have don't change a thing, natural. So I feel like this person, you know, we already had shocking, I'm amazed by your beauty come through. So I feel like, you know, they find you to be a natural beauty is basically what it comes down to. They find you very naturally beautiful. It's like, you know, you could just roll out of bed, put your hair up in a messy bun, and, you know, wear a hoodie and sweatpants all day, and they probably wouldn't care. They would probably think that was even more gorgeous than if you got all dolled up and, you know, had hair extensions, your full-blown makeup, nails done, pedicure done, ball gown and the whole 9 yards. Like, I mean, yeah, they would probably still love you that way too, but I feel like you wouldn't even need to go anywhere near doing anything like that, that they just find you absolutely beautiful just the way you are. Even the parts that, you may not necessarily like about yourself, they probably love those things about you. Like if you have a freckle or something that you don't like, or maybe you don't like the way your hair does a certain thing or whatever, they probably love those things about you. All those little imperfections that you don't like, I feel like they do. So they find your natural beauty to be like just perfect, like just the way you are. Like that Bruno Mars song just popped into my head, just the way you are. So they love you pretty much just the way you are. They wouldn't change a thing. They find you to be a natural beauty, basically. So that is fantastic and wonderful. The truth is, I love you. Secrets. So with it saying secrets here, I feel like, it is a secret, basically, that they love you, that they have been withholding this information from you. That there is like a deep love, a deep desire, a deep unconditional caring type of affection for you, but it's a secret because they're not telling you, which makes sense because this reading is asking, what does he want to say? And this is something that he's not saying. So, maybe this was something that he did say in the past, but then, maybe you guys broke up and went your separate ways or whatever. And maybe this is something that he still feels and he hasn't vocalized it. Or maybe you guys never even got to the point where either one of you is ready to drop the L bomb, basically. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't feel it. So, the love is definitely there. And we have destined. You've helped manifest my dreams coming true. So I do feel like this is a fated connection, basically, that you guys are connected to one another's destinies. And, if your person, if they have like other ambitions, other dreams that they want to have come true in their lives, that they have other things that they want to see manifest, I feel like you're their muse and you're their inspiration to get those things done. Especially like if you're dealing with a guy who wants to step up and become a protector and a provider and those kinds of things. Maybe he wasn't stepping up to do those things before, but now he has the motivation to do that. Now he has the motivation to really provide for himself, and not just provide for himself, but to provide for someone else and to provide for a family. Because, just before he never really cared. There wasn't really a reason for him to care, but then you came along and you became that reason for him. So I do feel like, you are an inspiration and you're a muse to this person to help them like push themselves forward and towards being the best version of themselves. So that way then not only can they make their own dreams come true outside of you, like that could be in their career or finances or in their health or whatever it may be, and so it can also make their dreams come true with you as well, because at the end of the day, all those things are going to be connected in some way, shape, or form. And, that's ultimately going to be about living that dream life. We also have dominating. I need you to tell me what to do. So I feel like with this card, I mean, yeah, like there could be like a reference to the bedroom here with the way that this girl's kind of dressed and everything. But I feel like even more so than, them like wanting you to tell them what to do in the bedroom, I feel like it's even more so about like the fact that they may feel lost at times in what to do with their lives and how to go about things, and they kind of see you as like this beacon of hope, this beacon of light. They kind of look at you like you know what you're doing better than they know what they're doing, which is probably why they look at you as like their inspiration and their muse here in order to make their dreams come true, because they probably look at you and they're probably like, you know what you're doing. You know how to make your dreams come true. You know how to do this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing at all. So I feel like they really kind of look at you as like a leader, basically, as like a teacher in how to go about accomplishing certain things in life, pretty much. And if sometimes they don't know how to vocalize how it is they're truly feeling, like, if they're not vocalizing the fact that they love you and stuff like that, it's probably because they don't know how. They don't know how to go about this. It's not that they don't want to, but they don't really know how. And I feel like, we have certain fears, like the fears that you could reject them, basically coming through. That also kind of stops that. But they do see you as someone who knows what they're doing, who is a leader. And I feel like, they're looking for clues and they're looking for hints from you, basically, in taking the lead, to let them know that it's safe for them to express those things, basically. And that's the funny thing too, is because yeah, the man is supposed to be the head of the house, right? He's supposed to be the leader. But what supports the head? It's the neck. The neck supports the head. The neck supports it, it turns it, it gives it direction and support. So who is the neck? It's women. It's the girls. It's the divine feminine, basically. So he's looking to you to basically be his neck. That's why he needs to know, like, what should I do? Because he doesn't always necessarily know that. And we have duality. Can we kiss and make up? Which I feel like kind of beckons back here to this resentment card, basically asking you to not give up on them, which, like I said, I feel like this implies that there was some kind of falling out here. There was either a breakup or miscommunication or a fight or something like that. There was something that went down where it's like, I don't know, you guys were at odds. You split hairs over something here. But they don't want things to be that way. You guys may be polar opposites too, for that matter, like the dog and the cat. You guys may have different love languages, and that may be something that, you may have to do some research on. You may have to research what your love language is, and you may have to learn what their love language is. And then once you do know what their love language is, you may have to research their love language to try and understand it better. So you can communicate with them better, basically. So it seems like there may be a lot of differences between the two of you. It could also be just like cultural differences or age differences, geographical differences. It could be like, white collar, blue collar kind of stuff too. Maybe you guys are like different classes or something like that. But there definitely seems to be some pretty stark differences between you guys. But even though there's differences, the love is there. Like, that unconditional love and support is there. Like, you don't have to be identical. You don't have to be exactly the same to love somebody. So I feel like you guys both definitely love each other regardless of those circumstances, regardless of what those outside things may be that make you guys so different. You guys even may kind of come across as like the odd couple to people. Like, people may wonder, like, that's an odd match. Like, why would you guys ever be together? You have nothing in common, but you guys understand each other. There's an understanding. And I feel like, this person definitely wants to reconcile, basically. They want to bridge that gap, is what it comes down to. And we have unbridled. Your spirit set me free. So I feel like with this card, one thing that you do for this person is you make them feel free. Unbridled is basically kind of feeling like there are no fences, there are no walls, there are no guards, there are no nothing like that. Like, they're just free to be themselves. They're free to live their lives. They're free to just enjoy, basically. And I feel like you bring that sense of freedom to them. Maybe in their everyday life outside of you, maybe on their job, maybe in their family or whatever it is, maybe they live a much more like strict or regimented type of existence. But then it's like when they're with you, it's a breath of fresh air. You know, they feel like they can breathe. They feel like they can move around again, kind of a thing. And we have protection. I just want to keep you safe and warm. So I do feel like this is a divine masculine who does want to provide, who does want to protect, like I said, you guys. And, you know, like I said, that could be one of the reasons why here you're helping them manifest their dreams coming true, because I feel like one of their dreams is to be that provider and to be that protector. So, you know, they wouldn't have necessarily wanted to do that before meeting you, before knowing you. So, I feel like your existence coming into their life really inspired them and uplifted them, and they were just like, yeah, you know what? Like, I am ready to no longer be a boy, basically, and I'm ready to be a man. I'm ready to step into that position 100%. So, yeah, they definitely want to be a protector to you. And we have speechless. I can't find the right words, which obviously makes sense because he's not expressing any of this, but he clearly does have a lot to say, because that has been the question we've been addressing here. So yeah, he does have a lot to say, but he's just not getting into it, unfortunately. Hopefully he does soon. We have a few more things here that he wants to say, though, a few more cards connected to that. We have the divine masculine messages of love from Liz from Guided by Angels. And we have I have to release the past. So it sounds like one of the things that they're probably working through right now, one of the things that, you know, they probably need to heal and get past before they can officially take care of things here with you, is they need to heal their past. And I feel like that's not something that's necessarily connected to you. This could be previous relationships where other women have hurt them. It could be connected to their family situations or even bad friendships or work situations. But either way, there's some wounding in their heart. There's some wounding in their lives that they definitely need to heal and get past. We have I feel you. So I do feel like there is that empathetic, telepathic kind of connection here where you guys can definitely feel one another. So it's just like, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like if you're feeling really good one day and then out of nowhere you start feeling like crap and you don't even know why, because it's like nothing happened, nothing triggered you, there was no event, there was nothing anyone said or did to you, but you just feel shitty out of nowhere. It could be you're feeling your person. It may not even necessarily be your own feelings that you're feeling. So definitely be mindful of that. But, you know, same goes for them, vice versa. Just like you can feel them, they can definitely feel you. So if they can feel you, the best thing you can probably do is to try and be in as much peace and joy as you possibly can, because the better that you're feeling about yourself and about your life and about your day and just about things in general as a whole, that will impact them and it will affect them to start feeling good and start feeling better too. So if you want them to feel their best and come towards you, you need to feel your best as well. So, you know, you be the one to be the positive influence here in terms of emotions. I will come forward to you in time, which I do believe this person will step forward. They will eventually come back. It may take them a little bit of time because they clearly do have some things that they need to work out here, but they do want to come forward. They do want to say this stuff. I love it when you dance. So I don't know if there's like dancing involved somehow in your connection. You know, maybe you're a dancer or maybe you've gone dancing with this person. But there's definitely some kind of dancing connection here. So if they've seen you dance, you know, they really enjoy that and they'd probably love to see you dance some more. Maybe you're a performer, something of some sort, or maybe the two of you have like gone out dancing together and this is something that, you know, they would like to do with you again. But There's definitely dancing connected here in this connection, somehow, some way, for somebody. And I want to hold you in my arms. So, this could be, once again, connected to the dancing. This could be just the fact that they want to go dancing with you and hold you in their arms. But, I feel like take that another step further, and it's more than just they want to hold you in their arms, but that they also want to, just like hold you in their arms, even at night, like cuddling and snuggling in bed. And, if it's cold outside, they want to wrap you up and, be like a big warm blanket, be like a big teddy bear or something for you to hug. So, this person definitely, they just want to hold you, and I feel like comfort you. And it kind of goes back into like that protection thing here. I feel like they want to protect you with their hugs. And then we have some more messages from them, from Enchanted Embrace by Cherry Enchantress. And you guys have, you are the woman of my dreams. That is beautiful and amazing. So you are definitely the woman of their dreams. There are so many words in the silence between us. So this card tells me that most likely you guys are probably not in communication, or you've had very limited communication. So there's been a lot more silence than there has been like actual words spoken between the two of you, which makes a lot of sense with a lot of things that have already come out here. But there is obviously a lot to say, and I feel like when they do speak up, when they do eventually come forward, they're probably just going to word vomit a lot of stuff, and a lot of things are just going to spill over because it's going to be like all this pent up energy, all these pent up emotions, all these pent up words that they're eventually going to have to just bleh, spit out pretty much. And it's going to be very therapeutic for them in a sense, because they're going to need it. They're going to need that release. But I think it's going to be good for the both of you, because at the same time, these are things that you're going to need to hear. I love you. So they definitely straight up love you, which doesn't surprise me with everything else that's come through here. I didn't mean to hurt you. And like I said, you guys, I do feel like something may have happened in the past between the two of you where there was some kind of disagreement, argument, some kind of hurt or pain that happened here. Like I said, going back to the resentment card and, duality, can we kiss and make up? So I definitely feel like there was something here that went down at some point. They may have said some things to you that they didn't mean, that they may have said in the heat of the moment, but I do feel like there is regret towards that, and they're genuinely going to apologize for this. And we have, now that I see you, everything is different. So I feel like, once again, your presence in their life has been life-changing for them. And it's been life-changing for them in a positive way. Like I said here, you're kind of like their muse. You're like their inspiration. You guys are destined because you're helping them manifest their dreams come true. So you bring this inspiration to them unlike no one else. So, it's all because they see you. You're the one who has made that difference for them. And we have 2 cards left. This blank card, it looks like there's nothing on it, but on the other side is a little song that I have channeled for you guys. And these, would basically be songs if you were to turn on the radio or something like that, and if this person were to dedicate a song to you, this would be the song that they would want to dedicate. And you guys got Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. So you are like a teenage dream to this person. Maybe you guys have like a youthful, young connection. Maybe you guys have known each other since you were younger or teenagers or something like that. But I feel like you bring kind of like this youthful teenage kind of vibe out of them, is what it comes down to. So you are definitely this dream come true. And finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. So, with this card saying, talking about peacemakers, basically, I feel like this person does want to have peace between the two of you. And it's not just your person that wants to have peace between the two of you, but I feel like, God, Jesus, source, spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, I feel like, that higher power basically wants you guys to find peace between one another too. That it shouldn't have to be like all strife and anguish and fighting and being at odds and all this other kind of stuff. So I feel like you're definitely being asked here to find peace in the situation. And sometimes that can be really hard because we kind of have to put down our ego basically and not make it all about us. So sorry guys, yawning out of nowhere. But yeah, so you guys may have to put down your ego a little bit and be a little bit more gracious and understanding to this person in order for there to be peace, just as they need to be more gracious and understanding towards you. And I feel like if you both do that towards one another, peace will be made and peace will be found with one another. So that's basically what I have going on here for you guys. Hopefully that resonated and made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Even if it's just a simple small emoji, it definitely goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and also so you know when those lives will be happening. You'll get the little ring-a-ling-a-ding basically there, and you can join in right as soon as I go live and get a reading done. And yeah, so I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by here, spend a little bit of time with me here today. It definitely warms my heart. It means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this color by OPI called Chicago Champagne Toast, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what he wants to say to you. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into this here and see what's going on. I'm gonna start off here with some cards from Journey of Love Union as well as Journey of Love 2, and these are both by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials. And let's just get into it here, see what he has to say. So the first card out we have is Embarrassed. I feel like I've screwed up too much. So this is a dude who definitely is not very confident within himself. It could be that you guys, had a falling out or some kind of disagreement, some kind of misunderstanding or argument. But even if you didn't, and even if everything appeared to be fine and seemed to be going well, I feel like he basically feels like he just can't measure up. He has some confidence issues. He doesn't necessarily feel like he is a man. He may feel more like a boy. He may feel like he should be further along in his life than he really is. So there's a sense of embarrassment there. He may feel like he should be stronger, a better protector, a better provider, just a better everything all the way around. And I feel like I've screwed up too much. He may just feel like he's made too many bad choices in his life. He may feel like he has, made some bad judgment calls, and that, maybe he's just kind of, screwed around in a sense, just like dilly-dallied with his life, instead of being ambitious and pursuing things and getting things done. Maybe he spent more time, sitting around playing video games with the boys or something like that. So, it's like he kind of feels like he's wasted time, and just that, he's made more mistakes than he has had, more than he's made good choices. And that may not be the truth. He may, in fact, actually have made good choices in his life, but, this is coming from his perspective. He may feel like he's just, messed up, that he's, too messed up and can't correct things. So there's definitely a sense of that going on. But even though he does feel that way, you guys also have faded. I'm sure this was all meant to be. So even though he may feel very screwed up within himself, he doesn't feel like you're screwed up, though, and he doesn't feel like the connection with you is screwed up. I think he definitely acknowledges the fact that your presence in his life and you coming into his life wasn't just happenstance. It wasn't by some mistake. I think he does have some kind of recognition deep down inside that there was some kind of divinely guided guidance and connection that was made there, that these kinds of things don't just happen by coincidence, basically, that there is some kind of method to the madness. And even if he doesn't completely understand what the method of the madness is, I think he recognizes that there is something there. So he definitely sees that. He sees it's meant to be. He sees that it's fated. But at the same time, he is feeling very secluded right now. I'm tired of being without you. So for most of you guys, I get the feeling that this is someone who is most likely single, who is most likely on their own, that there's not like a third party situation or anything like that involved. And, especially with secluded right now, we are in the middle of a pandemic. People are being isolated, people are quarantining. It's not necessarily a time to be out and about, going to parties and celebrations and dates and movie theaters and festivals and all that kind of stuff like we used to, just a year or so ago. Instead people are stuck at home and they're watching a lot of Netflix. And if they are socializing, they're getting onto Zoom and stuff like that. And, that may be something that this person is doing, but at the same time, I just feel like they're very secluded. And even if they are around like friends or family members or coworkers or whatever, it may be that kind of feeling that they have inside where it's just like you can be surrounded by a huge crowd of people. And even though you're surrounded by this huge crowd of people, you still feel all alone on the inside. So I feel like they just feel very alone. And they don't like that. They don't like being single. They don't like being by themselves. They want to be with you, but I feel like a lot of this stuff is kind of what prevents them from moving out of that seclusion energy, because they feel embarrassed. They feel like they've screwed up too much. They don't have the confidence to step out of the seclusion that they have themselves in right now, even if there is a way to get out of that seclusion. Which makes sense with this card, because they also feel doubt. I don't know what to do anymore. So it's like they know what they want, but they don't know how to get there. They don't have like the tools in their mind. I feel like they do have the tools at their disposal, but it's like they're kind of just batting a blind eye to it. They're just kind of being ignorant to it. But they do have the tools in front of them. They just have a lot of doubt right now. Which once again, it makes sense here with the embarrassed part. They feel like they've screwed up too much. So yeah, it seems like, this is a guy who's just really down on his confidence. If anything, this is a dude who needs a prayer to step into his confidence and realize that he has more to offer than he realizes. That, he probably has a really good heart and has really good intentions and, is probably an amazing person. But I feel like he doesn't recognize these things within himself to step out and to step up, which is, why he's feeling embarrassed. And that winds up keeping him secluded. And, it just makes him doubt, like, how to handle the entire situation. It just, brings a lot of confusion his way. is what it comes down to. And the nail polish wants to topple over, but we're not going to let that happen. And we also have karmic. This taught us our lessons equals blessing. So I don't feel like, with it saying karmic here, I don't feel like it's saying that this connection is karmic. However, I do feel like there is a lot of karma within the connection, that there's just a lot of bullshit, a lot of crap that needs to be cleared out. And I feel like most of this karma, most of this bullshit is definitely mental. It's definitely mental strongholds that need to be taken care of and rearranged, basically, because the results of our life, the people that we associate, the things that we manifest, all those things are a result of our mind. It all starts with our thoughts. And I feel like his thoughts in particular are not that good, which makes sense because, he feels secluded, he feels very isolated, he has a lot of doubt, he feels embarrassed and is obviously lacking confidence here. So, with those kinds of things going on, none of that is healthy thinking. None of that is thinking that is positive. None of that is thinking that is saying, hey, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm handsome, whatever it is. I have this X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the other thing going on that are amazing qualities about me. I am capable. I am blessed, I'm favored. It doesn't say any of those things. It expresses a lot of doubt and everything. So I feel like this person has a lot of negative mental strongholds upon them that need to be broken. But the thing is, if they can flip that switch, if they can flip it from negative to positive, they will see so many things change. And then it's like, poof, all this karma just disappears. So, I feel like that's a huge lesson that this person may be learning right now is, how to deal with those mental strongholds and how to change it, basically. And doing that will obviously be a blessing in itself. And chances are, if they're going through something like that where they have to change their mental strongholds, there's a chance that you may have to do that as well. So if they're having a mental battle, the mind is the battlefield, then there's a chance that you may be having those same kind of struggles. It may not be like with the same exact things, but it could just be like mental strongholds that you need to change. And for anyone who is dealing with a battlefield going on in your mind, I highly recommend checking out the book Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. She is a Christian author, but the book is really about spiritual warfare, basically, and how our minds are a huge part of this, and our minds really do determine where our life goes and how it turns out. So, if you or someone you know is struggling and dealing with that, I highly recommend that book to you. It is definitely one of my all-time favorite books. I've had it for like, I don't know, 20 years or something like that, a really long time. So I definitely recommend that book. We also have I regret letting you go, moving on. So I feel like there may have been at one point between the two of you where this person just may have kind of haphazardly kind of threw you away in a sense, like a piece of trash, and they shouldn't have. But yeah, I feel like they were very careless with your heart, basically. They were very careless in how they treated you. They may have come in and, kind of been a smooth talker, and you guys may have gotten down and gotten freaky or something, and then they disappeared, kind of a thing, or something like that. So yeah, there may have been some of that going on, but I feel like they do realize that your heart should not be played with, obviously, and that you are a very precious and genuine soul, and I do feel like that's something that they treasure about you, which is why there's that regret. There's that regret of doing that to you, whether it be leaving you left on red and ghosting you, or however this looks with the letting you go part. But I feel like they definitely are feeling the remorse about that. And we have nostalgic I love you. So with it saying nostalgic, I do feel like that this is, someone who has a huge part of your past. This is probably an ex or something like that. It's probably someone that you have a significant amount of history with. It could be like a super long amount of history. Maybe this is someone that you knew when you were much younger, like as a child or as a teenager, a young person, something like that. But regardless, there's definitely this feeling of nostalgia in your connection between the two of you. So I feel like a lot of the times in their thoughts and in their alone time, I feel like, they reflect on those times. They reflect on like the old days with you. And I feel like you have those same moments where it's like you're getting ready in the morning or you're in the shower or whatever, and you have like a memory pop up in your head of, something the two of you used to do way back when, or it's like, you're thinking of those thoughts when you first wake up in the morning or you go to bed at night or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're just driving in your car, on your way to work or running an errand or something like that. And these memories will flash into your mind. And I feel like it's a similar kind of thing for them. So there's definitely this longing and this desire for the good old days, basically. And we have denial. I keep telling myself it's over and it's not. So I feel like, this person, they let you go. They kind of just like haphazardly threw you away, right? And after they did that, I feel like they probably thought in their mind, oh, it's fine, I'm done with this now. Like, maybe this was somebody who came along and told you like, oh, let's just keep this casual, not be committed or anything like that. And, you guys got intimate or whatever. And then it was like after that happened and everything, maybe they kept telling themselves in their brain, this is just casual, this is just casual, it doesn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. But, they can keep telling themselves that all they want. The fact of the matter is, they care about you. Like, there's something deeper there. Like, if, like, let's say worse came to worse or something, and let's say, like, just based off of what's happening in the world right now, let's say, heaven forbid, you got COVID or something, and let's say your case of COVID was super bad and you wound up in the hospital or whatever, like, I feel like this person would go into a total tailspin and panic over that, because they would really, like, it would really be like alarm bells for that person saying, like, hey, this was, like, way more than just casual for you. You kept telling yourself it was, but it wasn't. And the truth is, you have real emotions towards this person. You have real feelings for this person. And that's why you're so upset that they're in the hospital right now with COVID and you can't even go and see them because they have to be quarantined and they have to be isolated and everything. Now, hopefully, nothing like that ever happens to you, but that's just an example of how I feel like they would react if you were in a position as extreme as that. And hopefully it doesn't take an extreme situation for this person to get off their ass and basically be just like, hey, like, I really do feel a lot more for you than I let on. But I feel like they do definitely feel a lot more, and they have kind of been living a lie, lying to themselves, being in denial, and it hasn't been working out so well for them because, instead it's left them with a lot of seclusion, feeling very alone. It's left them feeling a lot of doubt because they're not facing their real and true emotions, which is once again some of the karma here that needs to be worked out. And it's almost like they're embarrassed of their true and real feelings. So it seems like there's some pride here that's probably in the way too that they need to drop and let go of. I do think, though, that they will eventually get to that place, though, that karma is going to be worked out, because we also have clarity. I finally see. So, they may be stubborn, and you may have to kind of drop hints on their head like anvils or something like that half the time in order to drill a point across to them. But I do feel like it is going to pay off in the long run, and that they are going to wake up and they are going to see things for what they really are, with you and how they are and for themselves and the entire situation. So I do feel like clarity is coming. They are finally going to see. There is going to be a breakthrough moment that is coming dealing with the situation. And most importantly, that breakthrough situation is going to happen because we have eternity, eternally yours. So I feel like this definitely is a forever connection. It's a divine counterpart, a divine connection of some sort, you know, like a twin flame or soulmate type of situation. So, you know, there is that forever thing happening here. It's beyond life, it's beyond death, it is eternal. You guys have probably been here, done this before in previous lives. You'll probably be back to do it again. And I know you're probably thinking, that's crazy. I'm not coming back here to this crazy earth ever again, because believe me, I think that a lot myself. But regardless, this is definitely like the infinity type of symbol connection. And I do feel like when they have that clarity and they finally wake up and start, you know, putting things together and getting to that point of making all the wrongs right, like you'll actually see a commitment here, because it's kind of like we got like wedding bands here in the picture. So I feel like there's going to be a commitment that is going to eventually come out once they finally hit that point of clarity. Let's see what else they want to say to you from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love by Liz from Guided by Angels. And you guys have, I am sending you love. So even if you guys are not in communication right now or limited communication, they do still send their love, you know, from afar, from a distance, from, you know, wherever, however the situation is. I dream about you every night. So I feel like there is a very high probability that you guys probably connect to one another actually in your dreams when you guys are asleep. So really pay attention to your dreams, because I feel like there's definitely connecting communication happening in that way. I need time to think, which is pretty obvious because they definitely have some things going on here up in their heads. Like I said, they have some mental strongholds here that they need to work out, basically. So, you know, if you're getting frustrated with the timing of things and it seems like they're taking forever and a day to like come through on stuff, you know, try to give them some grace, try to give them some patience, try to put yourself in their shoes for a little bit, and you know, just try to be understanding. Try not to make it about you and consider where the other person is coming from, and just be mindful of that, because they just need some time to think. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just feel like they need to process some of this stuff so they can get into that right mindset and, you know, actually be ready to receive some of that clarity. You guys also have Hear My Message through music. So aside from your dreams, really pay attention to different songs that may be coming through for you. You know, maybe you're like me and you're a little bit of a pop culture type of person and you get really into that stuff. So, you know, maybe really try and pay attention to what's happening in the world around you in a pop culture sense. You know, especially if you hear like maybe the same song just keeps being played over and over again. It doesn't matter where you are. You know, it's like you could be in the car, the song comes on the radio, you know, you could be playing Spotify or something like that at home. You know, same song comes on. You could be watching a TV show or a movie and that same song is on in the background. You could be walking around the mall or something and that same song comes on. So really pay attention to the different music that is around you, because they could be sending you messages through that you need to pay attention to. And finally, you guys have trust me. So, trust this person, because I don't feel like they've done anything super shady to like betray you or betray your trust. They have some things that they need to work out with themselves. Yes, they probably need a little bit of patience, a little bit of time and understanding and grace. Yes, but I don't feel like they've done anything to necessarily betray your trust. So trust them in the process. Because if you can't trust them now, you're not going to be able to trust them later on during other things that you guys go through. So now is the time to completely and totally trust. And we also have a few messages here from Enchanted Embraced by Cherry Enchantress. And you guys have, I want to taste you, to savor you. So I definitely feel like there is some strong sexual desire going on here, that there is some heat and there's some passion. So yeah, of course there's the unconditional love that comes with the situation naturally, but there's definitely that fire and desire that's there for you. Our journey is a never-ending story, which when I see never-ending story, I just automatically think of the movie Never-Ending Story. Um, but yeah, like I think that they recognize that. I think that they recognize that the situation between you guys is a story, that it's kind of like, God has the pen in his hand and he's writing your story. I'm sure you guys have heard that, phrase or that quote before, that God is writing your love story, basically, which is pretty much what is going on here. It's the movie of your life. It's being played out. And I feel like this is something that they recognize and see as well. And we also have You Make Me Feel Tingly. So I feel like we're going back into that sexual passion and desire once again, that you definitely bring them to tingly places and give them tingly sensations, probably especially in certain places, if you get my drift. And we have I Have My Responsibilities. So when it comes down to this card, I feel like there's just unfinished business in their lives that they're probably taking care of, or just like things they need to do in general. It could be maybe that they're trying to get on their feet and trying to become more responsible with money. It could be they have family obligations that they have to tend to. This could be a lot of different things, but I feel like these are basically things outside of you, things that they don't necessarily have control over, but just because they have these external responsibilities, that doesn't mean that they don't care about you. That doesn't mean that they don't have any like genuine love for you or anything, because I definitely believe they do, but I feel like once again, this is something to be mindful of when you're dealing with them, to just remember that, hey, if you don't hear from them right away about something, cut them some slack, give them a little bit of grace, because they probably have other things going on. It's not always about you. And, and that's okay, because chances are you probably have your own responsibilities to take care of in life too. So you take care of your stuff while they're taking care of their stuff. And we also have I'm Not Worthy, which definitely makes sense here with them feeling embarrassed and, feeling like they've screwed up too much, and with the fact that they have a lot of doubt coming through. So I definitely have gotten the vibe from this group that this person probably puts you on a pedestal, probably sees you as better than them, even though you guys aren't. You guys are definitely equals, but once again, this is something in their mind that they have to adjust and that they need to see. And you may see them as totally worthy and totally valuable, and that's a beautiful thing. And if you can encourage them and you can help them, of course, definitely do that. The most important thing you can do for them is to pray for this person. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it's you or anybody else. They need to find that encouragement within themselves to find their own self-worth and their own value. And that's the best thing that you can do for them, is pray for them that they do, because that's the best way they can find that. And let's see. Next, you guys, I have on this lovely little blank card, there is a song on the other side of this card. And you guys did get the hear my message through music card. So maybe this is one of the songs that you guys need to pay attention to when it comes on, if it does come on for you. But these are basically songs that I channeled that would be coming from your person. So it's like, you know, if you were to turn on the radio or something, this would be the song that they would want to dedicate to you, for example. And you guys got To Become One by the Spice Girls, which is kind of a, you know, sexy little song, you know, to become one, like in the physical sense. But I think of it also like in the spiritual sense too, like, you know, when a husband and a wife come together, you know, they take their vows and everything. It's about two becoming one. And I do believe that this person, wants that they want that commitment, they want that ultimate commitment with you here, you know, because they are eternally yours and they want to become one with you. And I feel like that's, you know, spiritually, I feel like that's sexually, I feel like that's in every way, shape, and form. Finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus because, in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Matthew 25:21. So I feel like this card is basically telling you guys, if anything, I feel like this is a card meant to encourage you guys because I feel like you as a group, like whoever's watching this, I feel like you have already done a lot of work on yourself dealing with, you know, just like your own life and your own journey and dealing with this person here too. So, you know, not to say that your work is done because our work is never done. Our work is never done until the day we die. However, I do feel like you're on the right track and you've been doing the right things and your heart is in the right place. And, you know, you've been healing, you've been praying for this person. So don't second guess that. Like, don't get down on yourself thinking like, oh, I have such a long way to go. I still have so much healing to do. I still have that to do and this to do. You know, take a moment to congratulate yourself. Take a moment to say, hey, you know, thank God I'm not where I used to be. You know, I'm not where I want to be yet, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. I'm okay and I'm on my way. And I feel like, you know, that's something that God recognizes within you. And, you know, He wants to let you know that. So don't be down on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. If anything, look at your progress. Look at how much you've grown. Look at how much better things have been from where you may have started dealing with this person. So, you know, take time to recognize your victories as well. So, hopefully this message made sense and resonated for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, also, if you guys can give this video a big thumbs up, that helps me out a lot too. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and also so you know when I'm going live, because that's, you know, the best way possible to know when I'm going live, because as soon as I do, you'll get that little notification, and then you can join in on the live and get a reading done, which I would love to have you guys out for. So yeah. I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you decided to stop on by, hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this purpley, silvery, it's just shiny, it's just glittery. But this Essie nail polish here called Congrats, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what he wants to say. Okay, set that there. And we're going to start off here with some cards from the Journey of Love Union and Journey of Love 2. And these are both from Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials. And let's get into this here, dive in and see what is happening for you guys. So you have, you excite me in ways I never knew existed, pleasure. So I feel like you bring obviously a lot of pleasure to this person. There's definitely some sexual chemistry that is lit here. There's definitely some fire and passion and desire between the two of you. So there's definitely that electricity and that spark that they feel. So, you probably get them all hot and bothered and excited in ways that nobody else can. And it seems like that's not the only good feeling that you bring this person, because we also have humor. I love how you always make me laugh. So it seems like you guys have probably had a lot of good times together, a lot of, good-hearted laughs, hearty laughs together. You may have some inside jokes that nobody else in the world would understand, but between the two of you, it is just hysterical. So I feel like there's been a lot of laughter in this connection between the two of you, and that's great because you know what they say, laughter is the best medicine. We also have, I'm ready to tell you everything, vulnerable. So maybe in the past, this person has been a little guarded. Maybe they've been a little stubborn, not necessarily sharing their heart fully. But I feel like over time, you've really kind of helped crack them open like a walnut or something. And they feel more vulnerable. They feel like they can be open around you. It's like you bring this comfort to them that they may not feel with other people. So you definitely bring out this more vulnerable side to them. And if you haven't seen this side of them already, I feel like it's something that they're eventually going to do, that they're eventually going to bring that in your direction. Authentic. Tell me the truth so I can too, which I feel like kind of plays in here with the vulnerable card. I'm ready to tell you everything. So they are ready. They're ready to open up and they're ready to be vulnerable. But here's the catch. The catch is they want you to do it too. They want you to be just as vulnerable, because part of being vulnerable is being authentic, obviously, here. And they want to be authentic, they want to be transparent, they want to be real and honest with you. But I feel like it's really important to this person that you do the same to them. And there may be a little bit of a mirror effect happening in this situation where they may have been guarded, but maybe you have been too. Maybe you've been just as protective about your emotions and how you feel just as much as they have. Maybe you haven't completely been totally vulnerable either. So, I feel like they really want you to do the same. So it's like they want to step up. They want to express these emotions, but they're expecting you to do the same thing, basically. Give and take, which makes sense, and that's fair. And even if you're sitting here thinking to yourself, yeah, but I've already opened up, I've already said everything, blah 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 blah. Really dig in and dive in deep, because there may be more that you're not even aware of, but it's like they can pick up on it even better than you can, that there may be more that you really feel and that you really have to say. So, really check yourself with that one. But I feel like there needs to be this even exchange between the two of you where you both need to be vulnerable, you both need to be authentic, you both need to be transparent and honest and upfront with one another. And I feel like, that's an even trade that needs to happen between the two of you, basically. Because I feel like it may have been a struggle for both of you to really open up and kind of just let those feelings out on the road. Maybe you guys have each been hurt in the past from other people or even from each other or whatever. And it makes, the idea of opening up and being transparent scary, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, because if you keep yourself guarded, you're also going to miss out on the good things too. Yeah, you put up those walls, you will protect yourself from the bad stuff for sure, but you're also going to keep out the good things as well. And that's where it becomes harmful, and you don't want that either. We also have wifey material, marry me fulfillment. So I do feel like this person finds ultimate fulfillment with you, that, they see you as, their wife, basically, their soulmate, their forever person. They see you as the person they want to spend the rest of their life with, that they want to build together with, that they want to have a family with, travel the world with, grow old and gray with, all those things. Basically their partner in crime. They see you as the ultimate lover, the best friend, the lifelong companion, basically. So I do feel like that they want that with you, and that you guys can head towards ultimate fulfillment. I feel like it's going to take both of you doing this, being open, being vulnerable towards one another, being honest and authentic. But if you guys can manage to do that and bring that out with one another, because you got other good things going on here too. You got pleasure and you've got laughter. So if you can put all those things together, you guys can definitely reach that point of finding ultimate fulfillment. And I feel like just like you bring that kind of fulfillment to them, they bring that to you as well. And this card only just kind of confirms what was just said here with love. You're the one. They find you to be the one, the one they want to marry, the one they want to spend the rest of their life with, the one they want to go on life's adventures with, basically. And we also have, I've been watching you, jealousy. So, I feel like in the times that you guys are not communicating, or maybe in limited communication, this person is still keeping tabs on you. So if you guys are connected on social media, they probably are watching you on social media, they're probably watching your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Snapchat, wherever it is that you guys are connected. I feel like they're definitely keeping an eye on you. If you guys have like mutual friends or something like that, they may be asking around to other people, asking like, hey, how's so-and-so doing? What is she up to? How is she doing? That kind of thing. So I feel like they're definitely checking in on you, even if it's on the down low, even if it's on the sly kind of a thing. And with jealousy, you may not necessarily be seeing somebody else or anything, but I feel like the jealousy is ultimately driven by their own insecurities. Like, for example, you could be talking to a good guy friend of yours online, and you may not have romantic feelings for this person at all. They may not have romantic feelings for you at all. As far as they know, this person could be off and committed elsewhere with somebody else. Heck, you could be talking to a good guy friend and maybe he's totally gay, whatever the case may be. But your person, I feel like, he's watching this and he's getting all upset and jealous, thinking that there's something going on when there's nothing going on at all. But simply just because he sees the positive interaction, and maybe he sees you getting attention from somebody else, even if it's just like low-key flirting that doesn't mean anything, he may get a little upset by that, even though there's nothing to be upset about. But I do feel like he's keeping his eye on you regardless, and probably doesn't necessarily like it when you're getting attention elsewhere. And if he's getting upset about that, then he just needs to be the one to step up and give you that attention, and then poof, it'll be fine. So they're so silly sometimes, aren't they? Anyways, we also have would you say yes, insecurity. So I feel like this person is nervous about returning and coming back around because they're not necessarily 100% sure how you're going to feel or how you're going to react. They're trying to feel that out. They're not sure. But another thing that this card reminds me of too is like the will you marry me wifey material card, because both of these cards, we have a dude down on bended knee, proposing, asking a major question. So I feel like that kind of commitment, like that marriage commitment, is definitely something that is on their mind. Like they have thought about that for the long haul, that they are thinking longevity, long-term commitment when it comes to you. Wait, this one goes over here. I'm like, wait a minute. I got them confused. Yeah, that one's the right one to go there. We also have I'm lost without you, emptiness. So, they definitely feel empty without you. They feel lost without you. They definitely, still want you in their lives. So I feel like they definitely feel like this ache in their heart and this pain when you're not around. Something that they're probably kicking themselves for if they were the ones who caused it. And we have destiny. I want forever with you. So there's definitely this vibe of them basically knowing that this is a fated connection. This is a destined connection. This was something that, you guys were born to have together. So, yeah, it's definitely something that was meant to be. And I feel like they see it. They sense it. They know it. And I really feel like the key factor here in this group for you guys is opening up and doing this swap here of vulnerability, authenticity, and just, being transparent and honest with one another. Because I feel like it's going to help you guys get past the rest of the stuff that seems to be problems. That way then there won't be any feelings of feeling lost anymore, and you guys will see that destiny come through and that ultimate fulfillment happen. So I really feel like there is like a heart to heart here that needs to happen between the two of you. There's definitely some communication. So, and I know you may be thinking to yourself, but I've tried communicating, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that you haven't, but you may need to try it in a different way. You also have to remember that everyone has their different love languages and communication styles, and you may want to look into what theirs may be and really study that and really understand that to make this communication effort here be the most effective. So you really may want to look into that. And yeah, just like try communicating that in a different way. That's something that you may need to do, because maybe the way that you were trying to communicate it before just wasn't the best. It wasn't the most effective way. Okay, we also have some messages here from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. And you guys have, I want to speak my truth, which makes sense because, I was literally just telling you guys here with, I'm ready to tell you everything and tell me the truth so I can too. This is someone who is like bottling up a lot of stuff inside and they don't want to hold it in anymore. They genuinely want to come towards you and they genuinely want to express this. But I feel like there's been some kind of weird blocks going on here as to why it hasn't happened. So yeah, I feel like whatever that is, like there's definitely some blocks, there's some pride, there's some guardedness here that needs to be dropped. Like I said, like maybe you have yourself dead set on doing it a certain particular way to have this conversation. You may need to be a little bit more flexible and have this conversation in a different way. Like maybe you were dead set to have it like in person, face to face. But maybe because of COVID or other things, you guys can't have this conversation face to face. You may have to instead do it over FaceTime or do it over the phone or something like that. But either way, just be flexible and be creative on how this communication can happen. I feel like this communication needs to happen and this person wants to make it happen. So work with him. Our passion is real, which makes sense because, the first card out here was you excite me in ways I never knew existed, pleasure. So yeah, there's definitely fire. There's definitely passion and desire here. There's definitely sexual chemistry between the two of you. You are the one, and this is like the second time we've had that confirmed in this pile, you guys, because you also got you're the one on this card too. So you're the one, and we have basically like double proposals here, guys. So, their truth may be that they want to marry you, that they want to propose, that they want, this forever commitment with you because, you can't, like, there's no way you can get this card like so many times, the same message here. You're the one, you're the one, you're the one, you're the one. So you are the one. We also have Kundalini is rising, so you definitely bring out that Kundalini energy in them. And like I said, some more like sexual chemistry and desire that comes along with that. And nobody compares to you. So even if this person has tried to move on, even if they tried dating other people, or, just kind of like putting you out of their mind or whatever, it hasn't worked. It's not going so well for them. You're basically the only one. Everybody else, it just doesn't measure up. They probably have you on a pedestal to a certain degree. Maybe other people who are not your person may recognize flaws in you, but it's like they just can't. They just see like all the good things in you. They see your heart. They see your beauty. They see you for who you really are. And that's honestly all that matters to them. Like no one else does. And then we have some messages here from Enchanted Embrace by Cherry Enchantress. And you guys have, you are mine. So I feel like this person is like declaring this right now. Like you're already theirs. Like they already have you basically. Maybe this is someone who understands words of affirmation, because when you're saying stuff like you are mine as opposed to you're going to be mine, you're making it present tense. And when you make it present tense like that, it's like you're living it in that moment. And when you're living in it in that moment, even if it's not technically there yet physically, it's gonna get there physically, because you're putting it out there on like that spiritual frequency, so that spiritual vibration here, by saying you are mine, in terms of your words, in terms of what you're verbalizing, in terms of your beliefs and your thoughts. So this person may already be aware of how to manifest some stuff. So that's why they're saying things like you are mine. Not you're gonna be mine, but you are mine. I would be honored to meet you. So chances are this is probably someone that you have already met, that you've already been dealing with, unless this has been like an online connection or something like that. If it's something like that, then yeah, maybe you guys have yet to like actually physically meet. But I feel like for most of you guys, you have probably already met this person, obviously. So with it saying, I would be honored to meet you, I feel like they're basically saying like they would be honored to meet up with you to like discuss these things, that they would be honored to meet you halfway, that they would be honored to work things out with you, kind of a thing. So they would just be honored to meet and work things out and kind of have like a fresh start in terms of when they meet up with you. How wonderful life is with you in the world. So I feel like once you entered their life, you brought this light into it. That maybe their life had like this darkness, and it was kind of like gray and overcast and gloomy and, just dark and blah. And then it's like you came along and you just lit that all up. You brought in that sunshine after the rain. You became the cure against their fears and their pain. And yes, I'm totally quoting a 98 Degrees song when I say those words right now, but it's true. I feel like you guys definitely did do that for them. And it's like they recognize the difference that you being on this planet, that you just existing and living makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference in their world. And I feel like they also recognize how your light and how your beauty just radiating and shining and sparkling, that the sparkle in your heart is like contagious, and it just spreads and it impacts everybody around you. And I feel like they acknowledge that, and they see that. They see how it's affected them, and I feel like they see how that affects others in the world, and they just find that to be one of the many, many wonderful, beautiful, and amazing things about you. Then we have, I love your smile. So that's one of the many things that they love about you, is your smile. And life is ours. We live it our way. So I feel like basically, this person is pretty much saying that they are ready to break boundaries, to break barriers, to break the norms, to break the expectations that life may put on either one of you, basically. And, that you guys don't have to live life normal, per se, to be together. And, like, I feel like this person just wants the freedom for the two of you to be together and to live your life the way that you guys want to, like maybe one or both of you are in third party situations, for example, like breaking out of those commitments, breaking out of those situations would be living life on your terms. It would be living life your way. It would be living your life without those conditions put upon you. So, that's just one example. It doesn't have to be a third party situation, but just whatever conditions, whatever things that may be binding you from, preventing you from living your best life. I feel like this person is ready to break those barriers down, to bust those walls down, so you guys can live your life the way that you want, so you can live your best life. We also have on this blank card, we have a song on the back of it. And basically this song would be, pretty much if you were to turn on the radio, it would be the song that they would want to dedicate to you, to express how they're feeling dealing with you right now. And, these are songs that I channeled, and you guys got What's Left of Me by Nick Lachey. So, that song is kind of a sad song where someone, has been feeling, pretty beaten down, and they've been through a lot and everything, and they're trying to literally figure out what is left of them. They don't know what's left of them. And I feel like that's how they feel in the absence of your presence. Like, I feel like that's kind of like their loneliness coming out here, them feeling empty and them feeling lost without you. That's when they, think of songs like this, like What's Left of Me by Nick Lachey. And finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, you guys got Knock and it shall be opened unto you, Matthew 7:7. So this card is basically about taking action. It's about seizing opportunities, pretty much. Because, yes, there are certain things that only God can do. There are certain things that, we have to wait on in life and everything. But, there's also the whole thing of God does his part, and then we have to do our part. So there are certain actions and there are certain things that we have to do that nobody else can do for us, that God can't do for us, that sometimes, we have to seek things out ourselves. And one of those things, an example with this situation, I feel like is this whole thing of, once again, going back down to the communication here of you needing to be authentic, transparent, honest, and vulnerable with this person so they can with you too. And I feel like, knocking on that window of opportunity basically to do that is what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go dealing with this person. So, don't be afraid to seek this out. Don't be afraid to take action and seek those communication moments. Don't be afraid to do that. Because, sometimes it is okay to seek action. We don't have to always sit in inaction, just kind of waiting around for things to happen. Sometimes we have to make things happen ourselves too. So, this is kind of where common sense comes in. Don't go knocking and beating down somebody's door repeatedly when, they've clearly told you no, leave me alone. But if they're not saying that to you, it's okay to return to that door. Maybe not every single day, but, do it within reason. But, it's still okay to do something. So step out and find out. You might be surprised. Anyway, that's what I see going on for you guys. Hopefully that message resonated. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and also so you know when I'm going live, because whenever I go live, you'll get that little notification, your phone will go off or whatever, and then you can hop in on a live and get a reading done, and I would love to be able to provide that for you as well. So yeah, otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by and hang out here with me today. It definitely means the world to me and it warms my heart. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.